During the investigation of the Titanic shipwreck, researchers noticed a strange and unusual thing. At the bottom of the sea, the front part of the ship was in good condition, while the back part was in very bad condition, and that too 2,000 feet away. Indeed, after lying at the bottom of the sea for hundreds of years, iron and steel rots. But if these two were part of the same ship and sunk at the same time, then why so much difference between the front and the back? Researchers believe that on the night of the accident, something else happened to the Titanic besides hitting the iceberg, which caused more damage to its aft section. But the question remains, what was it? Welcome back, once again my YouTube channel viewers. In 1912, the night when the Titanic crashed at that time, it was 700 kilometers away from Newfoundland, Canada, alone in the middle of the dark sea at the time of the incident. There were a total of 2,240 people on board, out of which 1,500 people lost their lives. The one who was called unsinkable quickly succumbed to the dark depths of the sea before the power of nature. The only eyewitnesses of this accident were those who somehow jumped from the ship into the cold water of the Atlantic Ocean. Anything that happened from the collision with the iceberg to the sinking of the ship, its record was not with anyone except those eyewitnesses, who were themselves struggling against the cold water. The first rescue ship, the RMS Carpathia, also arrived an hour and a half after the Titanic sank. It was also fortunate that they received the Titanic's emergency message. Otherwise, those who were fighting for their lives in the cold water would not have survived, and no one would have known about the Titanic disaster either. During the investigation, initially, no one knew what had happened with the ship, but then survivors revealed that the ship had collided with an iceberg. These statements were confirmed upon seeing the iceberg present at the scene, on which Titanic's red paint was still visible. After the accident, looking at eyewitness and evidence, it was stated in the investigation report that the iceberg had left a 300-foot hole on the right side of the Titanic, meaning that 1/3 of Titanic's entire side was torn open. But on the other hand, an eyewitness stated that it took nearly 2.5 hours for the ship to sink. Investigators believe that if the iceberg had indeed created a 300-foot gash on the Titanic, then it should have sunk not in 2.5 hours, but rather in a matter of minutes. But what the truth was, no one could know at that time. To know the truth, it was necessary to find the Titanic ship. The search for the Titanic continued